You know, a while back, I was told I had a dream. And in that dream, I seen somebody with a 4x4 post busting out the windows in a log cabin. And like I said, it was a voice that told me, it said, "Tell them a bear did it." That's it. While I'm watching somebody with a 4x4 post busting out windows in a log cabin. And so I think the 4x4 post represented Obama, the 44th president. He set America up to be destroyed. And most people today don't believe it. Well, I'm here in Waco right now, and you guys, yeah, I get these little threats or whatever. To me, that's what they are, just little threats. They don't mean nothing to me. Because listen, when you got a high calling to do what I'm doing, what do we have to be afraid of? Yeah, they're saying, "We told you," you know, like they don't like what I'm doing. You know, what a bummer for them, huh? Anyhow, I was over there getting gas at the gas pump. And I see this one Spanish family there. His whole van was loaded down to where the back of it, you know, I don't even think he could go over much of a curb, you know, where if it wasn't flush with the street, because it's so loaded down. And let me open some windows, man. It's a little warm in here. I'm going to turn my AC on in a minute, but it's not the best AC, but it'll work a little bit. It's sucking gas right now for not working. But anyhow, I asked the guy, I said, "Man," "you're really loaded down there." He goes, "We're going back home to Mexico." And I looked at it and said, "Well, you know, it's wicked. It's super evil today." He goes, "Everywhere." He goes, "It's everywhere, even Mexico, everywhere. It's not just America." But America, I believe, is the heart of it. Because, you know, you guys got to look at the devil. He tempted, bribed, and everything he could do to people, okay? America was always known for having lots of money. And everybody around the world wanted to come to America. You know, like America was it. It was the place. You know, even, you know, Mexico. People were coming here from any way they could get here, wandering through the desert, risking their lives to get here. Cuba, you know, on boats with no water, you know what I mean? And now that they're all here, they see that it's all turning demonic and evil. Well, the ones that have eyes to see. Not everybody has eyes to see. I'm looking at that one North Star. Super bright. You know, there's a couple of them around it, but not as big and bright as that one. You guys, we don't have much more time. There's not much more time. I don't think so. I just went in there to get me some tea, sweet tea. They didn't have none, so filled it up with lemonade. You know what the old saying is? When life gives you lemons, you have lemonade. This is like something, you know? I mean, I never would have imagined that we would be seeing what we're seeing today. Not to mention that the Lord's even using me. You know, it's kind of not easy to see this, is it? Let me see if I put it this way. A little easier to see it there. You know, not to mention that the Lord's using me in a big way. He's using all of us, okay? But like this, I think he uses this for people who have eyes to see. Okay? So that they know what's going on, not to be nervous, not to be afraid, but to have perfect trust in Jesus. Okay? We don't have to be afraid or nervous because we know what time it is. And it's just like it says in the Bible, we're not of the dark. We know perfectly well what time it is. That's why I think a lot of these demonic spirits, or whatever, they don't like me because I'm hitting the nail on the head. You know what I mean? Do I know everything? No, but I'm letting people know what's written in there. You know, rightly dividing the truth, where it says some will be in the dark, and many will be. We're aware. We're aware of what's going on. When that time comes for us to go, it's not going to be like a thief in the night to us because we're waiting. We're waiting patiently right now for it. Actually, where a lot of these other people, they're not even aware. Like that Spanish guy that was filling up his truck getting ready to go back home to Mexico. He even knows going back to Mexico, it's evil there too. He knows it's everywhere. He knows he's the end time. I showed him the picture of this angel here. I showed him that picture. He's seen it perfectly. He can see it clearly. And he went, ooh. And I said, yeah. I said, 3 years ago I seen this. And I said, I knew what time it was. I said, I knew these were the days. And I said, I've been trying to warn people all this time, you know. And I'm longing for this to be over. I'm tired. I told you guys I had that dream the other night, 2 nights ago, where he said, in the dream, there's a spirit, and he said, Mark, we've got different work for you to do. That's it. Yeah. I don't get long messages like some of these people do, you know? Most of the time when I'm told something, it's very short and to the point, you know? Like when I was climbing that ladder, I had a bowl of milk in my hand. Mark, you don't need that. Everything you need is up there. That's it. They don't say nothing else to me. You know? Nothing else. I hear all these other people with all these dreams. They got long, drawn-out stuff that they're talking about, that they're being told all kinds of stuff. I don't get all that. I mean, I see things like the ladder I was climbing. It was like a golden ladder. And they show me things. I've seen where the people coming against this nation, I believe it was all submarines. Oriental people that are in submarines. And they were all underground, all covered up, like hidden. You know, there's a message in it. They're ready here to invade, just like when I was told, tell them a bear did it. I kept seeing that bear over there. You know, I see the signs all around us, you guys. All around us. That tell me, you know, time's up. You know, just like Hollywood, I told you when they make their movies, at the end of the movie they always say, it's a wrap. Like, it's finished. And what do we have music today? It's called rap. But yet most places you go, they're playing the music that we listened to as a child growing up, not rap music. You know, whenever I do hear some kind of rap music, you notice I use the word some kind of rap music. It doesn't make sense to me, and I really can't stand it. I don't even like the music that I grew up listening to because a lot of it's demonic. It's got a lot of symbolic messages in it and stuff like that, and it comes from the devil. So I don't listen to that as well, you guys. But it's over. You know, it's just a matter of how much more time. I think it's going to happen any time. As many people today you try to warn, it's like they don't want to get it. It's as if the delusion is getting stronger. more stronger around them to where they can't understand. I walked in there to yesterday when I filled up my tea to pay for it with ice. I went in to pay for it, and I went and took my shower, and they told me, "Don't worry about it. It's on the house." And then tonight, just now, I went in to get me some ice. I was gonna get some sweet tea and mix it with lemonade. They didn't have no sweet tea, so I filled it up with lemonade. And I walked up to the counter and I told her, I said, "I got a refill here. How much do I owe you?" And she goes, "Oh, how much do you want to pay?" I said, "Well, I wanted to pay that 99 cents that I was going to pay for a cup that it said 99 cents for it over there, which you guys don't have those cups." And she goes, "Don't worry about it. It's on the house." In other words, gave it to me. But her hair was solid red on the top. Most people, they don't even know the symbolic messages behind the red on their hair. And Christ had that crown of thorns on his head, man. His head bled. His head bled. Blood. Red. It's easy, I have no problem seeing these symbolic signs and everything. I see them clearly. Maybe that's why they got more work for me to do. They said more work. I had some people say, "What is it? What kind of work?" What I'm saying? They didn't tell me all that. They just said they got some work for me to do. And, whatever it is, I'm going to do it. The only thing that I asked about it was that the Lord's will be in me. So whatever it is that he has me doing, I do it according to his will, not mine. Stop and think about it. Does it matter? Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, if it's his will, then that's what I want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, turn this thing's on a timer to that light. Anyhow, you guys, I better get off of here. I could ramble on and ramble on. The time's upon us here. I've noticed even like when I was driving down the road, a motorcycle gang or club or whatever with their emblems on their back. It was written in Spanish, so I couldn't read it, but I could clearly see the human skull on the back of their jackets. A lot of people are doing that today. Skulls, That's because their minds are sheared, but they're doing what the spirit is telling them inside. Even though they don't know it, they're being led like a puppet. That's what I'm telling you. Most people are being led like puppets right now, and they're not aware of what they're doing or why they're doing it. Like me going in there getting these drinks yesterday and today. How much do you want? Go ahead, take it. Don't worry about it. It's free. In other words, they're telling something's getting ready to happen, you guys. Something's getting ready to happen. And I'm telling you, listen, you have no idea how many spirits there are up there around God. God's the creator of everything. And remember this, one day to him is like 1,000 years to us. And how many spirits are up there around God? How many? We know a third of them got cast down here to the earth with Satan. A third. Okay? We can't even fathom that number. That number is probably more than what's on the population of this earth. You see what I'm saying? And for them to send spirits down here, for God to send angels, spirits down here, he could host all these bodies in a second. In 1 second. That's why when they're saying, go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it. Don't worry about it. All this stuff's about to come to a crashing halt, man. It's all getting ready to come to a halt. And God's getting ready to destroy them. Look at what he did in the days of Noah. That's what I'm saying, man. Don't let anybody put any fear in you about nothing, man. People telling me, we warned you. To me, I think it's like, wow. You warned me. They should be fearful. because I got who's with me is more higher. If if the Lord is with us, who do we have to fear? Nobody. I just think it's kind of hilarious when they say, "We warned you. We've all warned you." Well, you'd think by now they'd get the message that I ain't here to be afraid of nothing, and I ain't stopping for nothing. I've had them. I've literally, you guys, if you guys could have seen it, where they tried to even jump on me, physically jump on me, and I seen them stopped in midair and pushed to the side. I seen another guy get his arm hurt where he doubled up like somebody cut his arm off, man. And I asked him, I said, "What happened, man?" He goes, my mother did this." Like, wow. This guy was wearing all new clothing. He looked like a homeless person, but he had all new clothing on. Um, just looking at him, you could see like the drugs and alcohol abuse in his body. It's crazy. That was at that campsite in Mobile, Alabama. It was like where I was camping. They had an old cemetery by the Myers family. Remember I told you my football coach Myers tried offering me a job, Tampa Bay Lightning Stadium. The devil was cast down like lightning. That's why they call all these places lightning stadiums. And the Tampa Bay Bolts, and they've all got lightning images and stuff. Everything's demonic, man. Everything. It's all around us. Looking for somebody, like when I was talking to that Spanish guy, it's like a needle in a haystack, man. I could talk to him, but he was like, good luck. As he was leaving, I'm thinking to myself, why would he say that? Luck. Luck's got nothing to do with it. All this is it's all known already. God knows everything. There's nothing luck about it. Everything's going to happen exactly as God has created it to happen. Another thing I wanted to say to you guys, the devil tries to mimic God, tries to mimic him, okay? Now, if God knows everything from the beginning to the end, what does Hollywood do? They make a movie from the beginning to the end, and they call it a wrap. In other words, it's done, it's finished. And the Lord says he is the creator, the Alpha, the Omega. Okay, well, the devil can only try to mimic what God does. Okay, when God says it's finished, he doesn't say it's a wrap. He says it's finished. And the devil will say, it's a wrap. That's what Hollywood is. Everything Hollywood does is, I believe, is the mimicking, what they mimic. They don't even know it, you guys. They're doing the will of the devil in Hollywood. Why do you think so many of them over there got that demonic signs and images they do? And even your basketball, football players, people that are idols, come on, man. Tennis shoe companies giving them $20 million to sign their tennis shoes and authorize their tennis shoes. Who's really paying that money for those tennis shoes? We do. We pay for it. When we got to pay $80 for a pair of tennis shoes, it probably ain't worth, $25, $30. But we're paying a lot more so these people can live lascivious lifestyles. Is it any wonder that they're giving the devil's hand signs and stuff? They took what was offered in the world. Man, I am so glad I seen this coming. They tried hard to even get me sucked in, you guys. I'm telling you the truth. It's the truth. They tried to suck me into it. Offering me. A lot of rich people were coming around me, man. A lot of them. I didn't want nothing to do with them. Or their money. None of them. I didn't care what they had. That's why you guys see me out here now. I chose this, man. I chose this. I started seeing a lot of stuff happen, man. Just like that demonic spirit in 2012 that had that black Spanish sombrero hat on his head. There's no mistaking this, you guys. Why did it come out of the water to see me? And then at that same spot, 60 children jumped in the water. And I was born in 60. Guess, not to fully understand, but I'm sure I'm seeing the signs around everything. It's getting ready to wrap up. That's why I say the last 2 days in a row, man, I've never had anybody give me free nothing. Nothing free. And my drinks, I've gotten them free 2 days in a row now. So that makes me go, you know, In a world like this today, it's got the spirits. The spirits, remember, spirits are ultimately in control of most people, and they don't even understand. They're being controlled like puppets. I told you guys how I seen people were all in the river chest deep. The majority of people were heading one way, but they threw rocks at us, and we were kind of forced away from them. And they're doing God's will, believe it or not. Okay, even when they're attacking us and we're having these nightmares, we're being attacked. It's making us stronger. It's cleansing us. That's why I said many of us were made purified. We were purified. In other words, it gets it out of us, the filthiness. We see it for what it is. We do. They don't. That's why they're not being attacked by it. They're not having these... Stop and think about this, you guys. We're growing. We're being purged into where we're going for our eternal salvation, man, through Jesus Christ. I can see where now some of these children, and I said some, won't be making it. And it's not what we think. It's what He knows. They're not all of the Lord. You know what I mean? They're not all of the Lord. We live in the days of evil right now, and a lot of them are coming in, being birthed into the world. God knows who they are. I've seen a younger kid from that vibrant church spitting his tongue out, showing the 666 a lot. And then I seen a little kid doing it the other day. He had his mouth on the counter, and I'm going, oh, man, that's nasty. All kinds of people. You don't know what's been up there, And then all of a sudden he turned around and looked at me, and he was sticking his tongue out, like a real sharp point, like sticking his tongue out. I'm like, oh, man, this is unreal, man. This kid couldn't have been more than, I'm going to say 3.5, 4 years old. No, he was probably about 5. Because he was standing around and stuff. It's hard for me to judge your age anymore. I'm going to say he was probably around maybe 5 or 6 years old. Everything's not what we think it is. Stop and think about it, you guys. Look at the majority of people aren't making it. All right? From the beginning, this is always known. From the beginning. And only 5% are making it now. Another 5 are coming later. Because I guess they were really loving what was going on here. I don't know. I don't understand why 5 are called foolish. They weren't paying attention, I guess. I don't know. I know a lot of them in the churches rejected me, and a lot of them actually had that demonic spirit in them. I've seen it. In some of the churches, I've seen it. It's crazy. It is super, super crazy. I think the restrainer that's holding them back right now, they can't even tell. They can't even tell. It's crazy. Well, I'm right where I'm going to be. I'm going to probably get me a little sleep while it's still somewhat cool here tonight before the sun comes out in the morning. And then I'm 91 miles from Dallas. Ain't no sense in rushing there. For what? I'll just stay here today. I got this van taken out of service because I'm not going to drive nowhere. They tried to send me down to by the border of Mexico to drop something off out there. I told them, no, it's too hot. I'm not doing nothing in this van. I'm taking it back to Dallas, and there's somebody, a mechanic on Monday, is going to look at it, The battery light keeps coming on. Probably needs a new battery. Um, and the air conditioning switch needs to be fixed, you know? And hopefully we'll be out of here by then. I don't know, man. It's coming. If it doesn't happen, it don't. But we need to be looking like every day, every night, like we're waiting on our Lord Jesus Christ, okay? Be focused like that, you guys. I'm telling you, I pay attention to everything. Yesterday, today, when I went in there, refilled my cup, man, and they don't give this stuff away, man. And I've had them 2 times give it to me. You know, what do you want to pay? Go ahead and take it. Don't worry about it. You know, a lot of these people, you know, they got the spirits in them, but they're not aware of it. It's like as if they're drunk in the world, you know, drunk by it. Alright, you guys, God bless you, man. I love each and every one of you. I need to get some sleep before it gets too late. God bless you.